Florida State fans got some good news yesterday on their QB recruiting front. We're going to talk about that, what happened, and why it's great news next. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching the video. I know I start every video with that and I say thank you and I appreciate you guys, but videos have been getting thousands and thousands of views lately, and I truly do appreciate each and every one of you that takes the time to watch this, whether you watch for 10 seconds or 30 seconds or 3 minutes or for the full length of the video. It really does mean a lot that you guys come to the channel, check out what we've got going on. And so I don't just say that to start the videos. I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in and checking it out. Do me a favor, make sure you're like, make sure you're subscribed, and then comment your thoughts below. We're going to talk about QB recruiting. I know that's really vital for any program. And so let me know what your thoughts on the different QBs we're going to talk about today. But let's interact a little bit. Let's chat about it. Again, thank you for being here. I'll thank you in the comments too if you leave a comment, but it really does mean a lot. I want to talk with you guys about a couple of things. QB recruiting is very vital and important to any program, and we're going to talk about FSU's 2023 recruiting options, an important update for the 2024 class, and then maybe a little info about current QBs on the roster now. But first up, let's look at the 2023 recruiting class right now. Right now, FSU doesn't have any QBs committed in the class. They did have Chris Parson committed for a while, and then by reaching out to other QBs and making their intentions known that they wanted to pursue other options, Chris decommitted, and after speaking with a few folks close to the program, I don't believe that FSU was terribly upset with Parson moving on. They were pretty close to landing Brock Glenn, but he ended up picking Ohio State shortly after that. I do think, and I've spoken with some folks pretty close to that recruitment, and I don't think that one's over just yet, though he is committed right now to Ohio State. FSU went out and saw Brock a few weeks ago, and I think they'll continue to be active in that recruitment until pen meets paper. I've been told that there was some uncertainty around Mike Norvell's status at FSU after just 8 wins in 2 years. That concern seems to have subsided a little bit and maybe eased up a bit with how FSU has looked on the field and as a program this season. Emery Williams is another recruit that I think the Noles are not closing the door on just yet. They haven't made the ultimate push there and they haven't put the full court press on, but the current Miami commit is one that I do believe they could flip if they applied more pressure. Jaden Rashada recently decommitted from the U and flipped to the Gators, so I do now believe that Miami would push a little harder to keep Williams, but this is one that I believe the Noles are still very much in, and they may make a push to flip Miami's other QB. Outside of these two, I'd be pretty surprised if the Noles went after any other high school recruits in the 2023 class. I think that the portal could be an option for them. I think they'll test the waters there when that opens up in a few weeks. But I don't know that I'd be expecting any other 2023 recruits. Now, things change. Guys decommit from programs. You'll have coaching turnover. You'll have the carousel. So you may see the Noles get interested and involved with other guys. But those would be the two that I'd keep my eyes on. Transitioning to that 2024 class, the Noles currently have Luke Kromenhoek committed. Big news for Luke over the last day or so is he was re-ranked and went from a 3-star prospect up to a very high 4-star on 247's ranking. He's now a top 10 quarterback in the 2024 class, and that's great news for the Noles. They knew what they were getting when they went out and evaluated and offered Luke, but now the nation knows just how good Florida State's 2024 QB is as well. Florida State's 2024 recruiting class could end up being pretty special. The Noles are looking at anywhere from a 9 to 10 win season this year, and with a top 10 QB committed and another potential 9 to 10 wins next year, that 2024 class could and should be Mike Norvell's best ever. Diving in a little bit deeper on Kromenhoek, FSU was in here super early, and Mike Norvell loves what he sees from Luke. He's been committed since March of 2022, and he was first offered by Mike Norvell and his staff in June of 2021. FSU has done a great job of building this relationship, and it could pay off in a huge way if they get Luke in their 2024 class. Luke's been very vocal about his love for Coach Norvell, the program, and its history. Right now, he's currently got 30 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions in his first full season as a QB. An FSU fan should be ecstatic about the potential they have in this kid. He's a 6'4" athletically gifted quarterback who can make big plays with both his huge arm and his legs. This isn't hyperbole, but he's probably one of the more talented quarterbacks that Florida State has recruited since a certain quarterback in 2013 graced Bobby Bowden Field at Doak Campbell Stadium. Lastly, let's talk about this. FSU has 3 scholarship quarterbacks on the roster right now between Travis and Rodemaker and Duffy. I think they'd like to bring all 3 back if they can. And that's not to say that they won't take a look in the portal, but I think the big piece is getting Jordan Travis to come back. And if he does come back for a final season, the Noles will certainly have a chance to compete for not only the ACC, but they'll have one of the best offenses in America. No telling what Jordan Travis does this year, whether he declares for the draft, whether he moves on, but he might just be the most important quarterback that FSU is recruiting to come back at the moment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that FSU is able to land Brock Glenn or Emery Williams? How do you feel about Luke Kromenhoek? Are you excited there? Think the Noles are able to hold on to him through an entire cycle, his entire senior year that's coming up? And what about Jordan Travis? Can we convince Jordan Travis to come back? Do we have an NIL package out there for him? We recently spoke with some of the guys on our panel, and I think of the 7 guys on the panel, it was 4 said he would return and 3 said he would go. So opinions are split. Emotions are mixed on that. Does Jordan Travis come back? What does that do to Tate? What does that do to AJ? If you don't sign a quarterback in this 2023 class, I think it'd be really important to get all 3 guys back and roll with them for another year. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, so much appreciate you being here. So much appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate the opportunity to interact with you, to talk a little bit of football. We're going to continue coverage of Florida State against Louisiana for the rest of this week. We'll do an instant reaction show on Saturday as soon as the game is decided, maybe slightly after, but maybe while the game's still going on. And then Sunday starts our preview for Florida coverage. You don't want to miss any of that. So do me a favor, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you've given this video a thumbs up. Make sure you go back and watch some of the old content if you've just now come to the channel and you're new to it. A lot of good stuff there. We did a video this week on FSU's path to the Orange Bowl. We've done other really cool videos that I think you'll enjoy. But thank you again for hanging out. Thanks for your time. We'll talk to you guys soon. Go Noles.